In the still photographic marketplace, I meet up with a lot of journalists who talk about the idea of the purity of the image. Yet there is not a foot of motion picture feature film that's shot without a filter in front of the lens. Filtration helps the cinematographer and the cameraman really show what the eye can see. And just about every major motion picture feature film that you see today is shot through Tiffen Filters.
The filter process itself involves taking a sheet of clear glass, coating it with a proprietary material that incorporates two characteristics: one, the effect of the filter, and two, a bonding capability, and then using that to fuse a second cover sheet to the first. The layer of color, the layer of the effect, is actually a very thin layer, about 1/1000th of an inch thick, between the two sheets of glass that then is cut to size, ground and polished optically to finish the thickness. When you're creating an image with a camera, you are capturing light. You're using the camera's lens to configure that light in a certain way. You want some parts of the scene in focus, some parts not. You want to be able to take in a certain angle of view to show certain things and exclude others. You have a great deal of ability with that type of optical arrangement to manipulate what your viewer is going to see. With a filter, it gives you another dimension. You're taking what in essence is a flat piece of glass, which is what distinguishes a filter from a lens, which has curved surfaces and generally offers a power, either a magnification or a diminution of the overall appearance of the light going through it. But a flat filter has, by the nature of what's inside of it, the ability to alter the key aspects of imaging: color, contrast, light intensity, and flare. For DV cameras specifically, you want to recognize that they have a very small recording chip, and that has certain optical characteristics. We provide a variety of DV kits that take selected types of filters and put them together, and they will work really well if you pick any one of them to give you a better image with DV cameras. The types of filters that I would recommend for that application have to do with how do you improve what you've already got to start with. And if you understand the limitations and the advantages of the DV format, it can tell you a lot about what you need to do. One of the things that you have is somewhat more constricted contrast range. If you were to compare it to film, that's an issue. And so anything that reduces contrast by lightening shadows is going to enhance the look of DV. So there's a wide array of filters that do that. Perhaps some of the more popular ones are pro-mists and black pro-mists. These are designed to just soften the overly harsh sharpness and contrast, originally in film, but they also work really well for DV. They will also slightly soften the sharpness to the point, not where you see it as being out of focus, but where fine details begin to get diminished, where the edges of things are not standing out in almost a cartoonish manner, which is another issue with video in general. We have diffusion effects filters, which are available in black and gold. The black is the standard. The gold also offers a warm tint and a mild contrast reduction component. Otherwise, they work the same. What they do is they take fine details and they soften them, leaving the overall image looking very sharp. They're a very subtle filter, and they work really well to make people look their best without drawing attention to the fact that there's a filter on the lens. One of the best ways to judge whether you're using a filter right, for the most part, unless you're trying for a specific effect, is to do it so that the audience doesn't know it's there. You don't want to draw attention to the fact that there's a filter on the lens, especially if you're doing it to make people look better. There are some actors and actresses who have in their contract written the fact that they will not appear in front of a camera that does not have a particular filter on the lens because they have to protect their image. And the best cameraman is very concerned about what the talent is going to look like because he wants to make sure that they like what he's done.